I'm picking up on a very strong, very personal message right now. And before we go deeper, I just want to say this in a grounded way. Take what fits your situation, and if something doesn't feel right, you can leave it. But the energy coming through is clear, and it's been building for a while. This message starts with something simple but powerful. Your inner knowing has been trying to get your attention. You've been feeling things before they happen. You've been sensing things you can't fully explain. And it's not just random overthinking, it's that quiet, deep feeling that sits in your chest and won't move. It's the kind of feeling that makes you pause in the middle of your day, like, wait, why do I suddenly feel this? Or you'll be doing something normal, and out of nowhere you feel watched, noticed, observed, and you don't even know why you feel that way. And what's important here is that you probably haven't told anyone about this. Not because you're hiding something, but because it's hard to explain. It's hard to prove. And you know how people can react when you talk about feelings that don't come with evidence. So you keep it to yourself. You sit with it. You question it. You try to talk yourself out of it. But it keeps coming back. That's the kind of energy this is. It also feels like you've been receiving signals in your own way. For some people, that's dreams, vivid dreams that feel like messages, not just random scenes. For others, it's repeating signs in daily life. You may see the same symbols, the same numbers, the same words, the same themes, where you keep hearing a certain type of message again and again in different places. And even if you try to ignore it, it follows you. It's like life keeps tapping you on the shoulder. There's also something about your sensitivity being stronger lately, like your awareness has sharpened. Your body reacts faster. Your stomach tightens faster. Your energy shifts faster. You can tell when something is off in a room. You can tell when someone is thinking about you. You can feel when attention is on you. And you might not have always been like this, but lately it's been intense. Almost like your senses are turned up high. And the message coming through is you're not imagining it. Someone has been paying attention to you. Someone has been watching you from a distance. Not necessarily in a creepy or harmful way. It feels more like focused observation. Like they are studying you, like they are trying to understand you, like they are checking on you without making themselves known. And that's why it's confusing, because you don't have a direct conversation to explain it. It's like you feel their presence around you, but you don't have the confirmation yet. This person's attention is consistent. It's not a one time curiosity, it's ongoing. It's like they keep coming back, even if they try to act like they're not. Like they can't stop looking, can't stop wondering, can't stop thinking. And you've been sensing it because your intuition is sharp. You pick up energy the way other people pick up noise. Now, the next layer that comes through is the reason this feels so intense. This person isn't just anyone. The energy around them feels powerful, influential, noticeable, like they have status, money, leadership, or a name that carries weight. Even if they're not a celebrity, they have authority in their world. The kind of person people listen to. The kind of person who is used to being respected, used to being in control, used to being the one who chooses, not the one who gets shaken. And here's what's surprising: you shake them. Your energy intimidates them in a way they did not expect. Not because you're trying to overpower them, not because you're loud. It's the opposite. It's your presence, your depth, the way you carry yourself, the way you don't need to chase attention. The way you can be quiet but still unforgettable. Something about you makes them feel exposed, makes them feel like you can see through masks, like you can read between the lines. And that can scare someone who is used to being untouchable. You might not see yourself as powerful in the way other people do. You might just see yourself as someone trying to heal, trying to grow, trying to survive life, trying to be normal. But your energy says otherwise. Your energy says you've been through enough, that you carry wisdom now. You carry resilience now. You carry a kind of spiritual strength that can't be faked. And this person can feel that. That's why they're watching you so closely. They're not watching because they're bored. They're watching because you stand out in a way they can't ignore. You are a disruption to their usual pattern. You don't fit into the boxes they're used to. You activate something in them that they've kept hidden or controlled. And because of who they are, because of their status, image, responsibilities, ego, pride, they don't know how to approach you the normal way. They can't just casually say what they feel. They can't just move impulsively. They overthink. They hold back. They hesitate. They test the water from a distance. And I also feel like this is why you've doubted yourself, because it feels too big, too unrealistic. Like, why would someone like that notice me? Or why would someone like that be focused on me? And you try to rationalize it. You try to make it smaller. You try to convince yourself you're reading into it. But your intuition keeps pulling you back to the truth. The truth is, you are on their radar. Now, the next message coming through is regret. This person regrets staying silent. They regret not speaking sooner. They regret not making their intentions clear when they had the chance. There's this feeling of, I should have said something. I should have acted differently. I waited too long. I let fear lead. I let my position control me. I let pride control me. And it's not just emotional regret. There's also a very strong physical attraction here. The kind of attraction that hits fast. Like the first time they really noticed you, whether it was in person, online, through a shared space, or through mutual connections, it stopped them. It made them pay attention. It caught them off guard. And here's the part that may shock you. You had an effect on them that they were not prepared for. They're used to people being impressed by them. They're used to being admired. They're used to being the one who has the upper hand. But with you, it flips. Your energy makes them feel nervous. It makes them feel like they could lose control, like they could be rejected, like they could be vulnerable. And that's why silence happened. Not because they didn't care, but because they cared too much and they didn't know how to handle it. It feels like they've been having internal conversations about you, replaying moments, replaying your face, your voice, your vibe, your presence, wondering what you think of them, wondering if you feel it too, wondering if they missed their chance, wondering if you've moved on emotionally. And while they're watching, you're evolving. That's another big piece here. You are changing. You're stepping into a stronger version of yourself. You're learning to trust yourself more. You're learning not to beg for clarity. You're learning to detach from confusion. You're learning to protect your peace. And your energy is becoming less available to people who don't show up clearly. So now, for them, the pressure increases because they can feel you slipping out of reach. They can feel you becoming more grounded, more self respecting, more, I'm not waiting forever. And that scares them because they don't want to lose the chance. This is why the energy feels like something is building behind the scenes, like something is about to come out, like something is about to be exposed. It's not exposed in a dramatic way, it's more like the truth can't stay hidden much longer. And I want to say this carefully and realistically. This doesn't automatically mean this person is perfect. Power doesn't mean healthy. Status doesn't mean emotionally mature. But what it does mean is that their feelings are real and they are struggling with how to handle them. If you've been feeling random waves of emotion lately, like missing someone without knowing why, or feeling heavy, or feeling restless, it could be because you're picking up on the intensity of this connection. Your energy is sensitive. When someone is thinking about you strongly, you feel it. You may also have felt moments where you suddenly want to check your phone, or you get the urge to look someone up, or you get a feeling like something is coming. That's the kind of buildup I'm picking up here. Now, what does this mean for you? It means your intuition is not lying. Your instincts are trying to protect you and prepare you. It means you don't need to chase proof, because the proof will reveal itself in time. It means you should stay grounded, stay calm, and keep your standards strong, because this person is watching. But watching is not the same as showing up. And that's the key. They can admire you quietly all day. They can miss you in silence all day. They can desire you secretly all day. But the real question is, will they act? Will they be clear? Will they be brave enough to step out of fear and speak? The energy coming through says they want to. They want to break the silence. They want to say something. They want to approach you. But they're fighting themselves. They're fighting their fear of rejection, their image, their pride, and the fact that you are not someone they can control. You are not easily impressed. You are not easily played. You're not easily distracted. Your energy demands honesty. And that's why your power scares them. So, if you've been feeling that someone is paying attention, if you've been sensing someone thinking about you strongly, if you've been feeling like something is happening and I can't explain it, the message is you're not crazy. You're not making it up. You're picking up on real energy. Stay open, but stay wise. Because whatever is coming next, it will require clarity, truth, and emotional maturity. And you deserve to be met with respect, not confusion. There is something about you that really pulls this masculine in, and it's not a small pull. It's the kind of energy that makes someone notice you even when they're trying not to. They had an opportunity to speak to you. They had a moment where they could have reached out, said something simple, sent a message, made a move, anything. And the truth is, if they wanted to, they could. This isn't someone who lacks the ability, confidence, or access. They know how to connect with people. They know how to get what they want. They know how to approach. But when it came to you, they didn't. And that silence wasn't random. It wasn't because you weren't interesting enough. It wasn't because they forgot. It wasn't because they didn't care. It was actually because of how strongly you affected them. Your presence did something to them. It's like your energy is so distinct that it makes them pause. Your aura has a certain strength to it, something steady, something deep. And I feel like you may not even be trying to do that. You're not walking around forcing attention. You're not chasing. You're not performing. You're just being you. And that's exactly why it hits different. Because to them, you don't feel easy to read. You feel powerful. You feel like someone who has boundaries without needing to announce them. You feel like someone who sees through things. Like someone who doesn't get impressed easily. Like someone who can't be approached in a lazy way. And that can be intimidating, even for someone who is confident, even for someone who's used to being admired. If this is someone you've had real life proximity with, someone you've seen around, crossed paths with, been in the same spaces with, there's a chance they carry a certain status energy. People may look at them like they're important, like they have influence, like they're above certain situations. And maybe in your private moments, you felt that energy too. Maybe you've noticed their presence. Maybe you felt their confidence. But here's the key: I don't feel like you show it. You don't act nervous around them. You don't act like you need them to validate you. You don't shrink. You don't overdo it. You stay composed. You stay calm. You stay in your own lane. And that right there, that messes with them in a way they didn't expect. Because they're used to people reacting. They're used to people trying. They're used to people getting flustered, impressed, eager, or overly available. But with you, it's different. It's like you meet their energy without bending to it. Like you can stand in front of their confidence and not lose yourself. And that makes them respect you. But it also makes them nervous because they can't control the outcome. Now, I'm also picking up something very specific. They want to speak to you, but not just small talk. They want a real conversation. They want to hear your voice. There's something about your voice, your words, your way of expressing yourself that feels important here. If they've never spoken to you before, they've imagined what you sound like. They've wondered how you talk, how you laugh, what your tone is like, what your energy feels like when you're fully present. They want to hear you speak because it helps them understand you. They want to see how your mind works. They want to know what kind of person you are when nobody is watching. This is strong curiosity. It's like they crossed paths with someone incredibly magnetic, and the connection didn't happen the normal way. It didn't follow the usual script. And they've been stuck on you ever since because they don't like not knowing. They want to ask you questions. They want to pick your brain. They want to know where you're from, what you're about, what you believe, what you've been through, what you're building, what you want, what you value. And the way I'm feeling it is, they don't just want your attention. They want access to your world. But here's what happened. When they had the opportunity, they froze. They hesitated. They chose silence. And it wasn't because they didn't want you. It was because you made them feel like they had to approach differently. It's like you triggered something in them, something that said, you can't come at this the way you usually do. Maybe they felt like they had to be more genuine. Maybe they felt like they had to be more respectful. Maybe they felt like they had to slow down. Maybe they felt like if they spoke too quickly, too casually, too confidently, they might ruin it. And that's why there's regret now. Because they know they missed a moment. They know they had an opening and they didn't take it. And now, it's like they're replaying it in their mind. Thinking, why didn't I just say something? Why didn't I just reach out? Why did I let that moment pass? I also get the feeling that something may have interrupted them. Like they were about to do it, but something shifted. They got stopped. They got distracted. They were told to go somewhere else. They had to move in another direction. Even if nobody literally told them don't, it still felt like a redirection, like the universe changed the timing or the moment closed too fast. And what makes this even more intense is the fact that they're not used to being stopped. They're not used to waiting. They're not used to someone having this kind of effect on them without even trying. They're used to snapping their fingers and making things happen. They're used to pushing a button and getting a response. They're used to people being reachable. But you? You're not just reachable. Your energy demands something more intentional. So now they're sitting with this strange mix of feelings, attraction, curiosity, admiration, and frustration with themselves. They're realizing that with you, they can't rush. They can't play games. They can't come in sloppy. They can't assume you'll be impressed by surface level effort. And they know that. That's why they're thinking about how to approach you now. Not if they should, but how they should, because they want to speak. They want to connect. They want a moment where they can finally hear you, feel you, understand you. And they're starting to realize that the way to you isn't through power or status. It's through authenticity. It's through respect. It's through showing up differently than they've shown up with anyone else. And honestly, that's what makes this connection feel so intense. Because you didn't chase them. You didn't beg. You didn't force it. You simply existed in your own energy, and it changed them. There's something about you that naturally makes you stand out, even without you trying. And what I keep feeling strongly is that your intuition about this situation is right. It's not misleading you. There's a deep inner knowing here, and it's accurate. The other person feels this too. They sense something about you the moment your paths crossed. It wasn't logical, and it wasn't something they planned. It was intuitive. And since that moment, they haven't been able to shake the feeling. You stayed on their mind. Because of that, there's regret. They regret not speaking to you when they first had the chance. They regret not saying what they felt, not acting on the pull they experienced. It's like they keep replaying that moment in their head, wishing they had done something differently. Something very important is unfolding in your life right now, even if it doesn't look dramatic on the surface. Whether you realize it yet or not, you are either about to meet someone significant, or you've already briefly crossed paths with someone who carries a lot of power and wealth. This isn't subtle energy. It's very clear. This person is extremely focused on you right now. Your energy has their full attention. There's something about you that feels different to them, something that doesn't blend in with the rest of their world. And the truth is, who this person actually is may come as a shock. It feels like a big name, someone important, someone not easily accessible to everyone. This is likely something you're keeping private. You may not be talking about it with others. You may not even fully understand it yourself yet. Some of this connection is happening on an energetic or intuitive level rather than through obvious communication. But something real is happening behind the scenes. What's important to understand is that this person is going through a major internal change. That's a big reason they're so drawn to you. Even though they're powerful and successful, they feel different from the people around them. To others, they may seem unusual or misunderstood. There's a depth to them that most people don't see. Right now, they're taking a serious look at their life. They're reevaluating their surroundings, their relationships, their choices. Secrets are coming out. Truths are being revealed. Things they once ignored are now impossible to overlook. It feels like they're on the edge of an awakening. Life doesn't feel the same to them anymore. The world looks different. People feel different. Even they feel different within themselves. There's a sense of disconnection, like they no longer fit into the life they once lived so comfortably. This is something you may recognize because you carry a very intuitive, spiritual, and aware energy yourself. You've been through this kind of shift before, and that's exactly why you stand out to them. You reflect where they are emotionally and spiritually right now. If you hadn't crossed paths at this exact time, if they hadn't seen you, noticed you, or felt your presence when they did, the connection might not have hit as deeply. The timing mattered. A series of events had to happen first for their perspective to fully change. Now that their awareness has opened, the way they see you has changed too. Their attraction feels stronger. Their curiosity feels deeper. and their focus on you is no longer casual. It feels intentional. Nothing about this feels random. Everything about this connection feels aligned, purposeful, and guided by timing that couldn't have happened any other way. There's something about you that matches where this person is mentally and emotionally right now, and it's not a normal, oh, they think you're attractive kind of thing. It feels deeper than that. It's like your energy meets them at a level they don't usually experience with people, and that's why they can't shake you off their mind. Even if you haven't done anything special on purpose, even if you've been quiet, even if you've been in your own world, you're still showing up in theirs. They may feel you without having real words for it. They may not even understand what it is, but they feel it. It could be the way you carry yourself, the calmness in you, the way you look at people, the way your eyes hold a moment longer than most. It could be the way you speak, the way you listen, or even the way you don't try too hard. You're not forcing anything, and that's exactly what makes you stand out. Your presence feels real, and in a world where so much feels fake, that's rare. And what's even more interesting is that for some of you, this connection may not have even happened in person yet. It could be someone who has only seen you online, heard your name, noticed you from a distance, or caught a glimpse of you in a passing moment. Maybe you crossed paths briefly. Maybe you were in the same space at the same time. Maybe you were just a face in a crowd and yet you weren't just anything to them. It's like something in them locked onto you. The best way to describe it is, out of many people, you were the one they noticed. It's like they had choices. A lot of choices. They're around many people. They have access. They have options. They could easily focus on anyone. But there's something about you that makes you stand out as if you're highlighted. Like when you're scrolling through a lot of things and one thing just makes you pause. Your energy makes them pause. And they might even wonder why. They might catch themselves thinking about you and ask, what is it about this person? Because it doesn't feel logical to them. It feels like they're being guided. Some of you might feel that too, like this isn't something you forced or chased. It's like it's happening on its own. Like there's a pull. Like something keeps circling back around to you. And it's not just curiosity, it's depth. It's attention with weight behind it. Now, if you're asking, why me? What is it about me specifically? It feels connected to what they're going through personally. This is a person who is dealing with something deeper than what they show. They might look confident on the outside. They might look put together. They might have respect, status, a name, a position, or a certain reputation. But inside, it feels like they've been going through a shift. Something has been changing in them mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. They're not the same person they used to be. They may feel like they don't fit with the people around them anymore. Like they're surrounded by others, but still feel alone. Like they can't fully relate to their environment, their circle, or even their industry or lifestyle. Almost like they're waking up to something. Like their mind is opening, and it's making them question things they never questioned before. And that's why you matter so much. Because you feel like a sign to them. You feel like proof that something real still exists. You feel like a person who reflects what they're trying to understand about themselves. You feel like a calm place for their mind. Like you match the direction they're being pushed toward internally. You're not just attractive to them, you're meaningful to them. That's why the energy feels strange. Not scary strange, just unfamiliar. Like something they haven't experienced before. It's not the usual surface level attraction. It's not the usual ego driven chase. It's something that makes them feel exposed, and that can be uncomfortable for someone who is used to control. Now, the next thing coming through is strong and very direct. They feel like they would risk a lot for you. And that doesn't always mean something dramatic. It can mean they're willing to step out of character. They're willing to do things they normally wouldn't do. They're willing to show up in a way that doesn't match their usual image. They're willing to be seen trying. They're willing to go after something real, even if it makes them look vulnerable. For some of you, they've already made themselves known in some way. Maybe they've reached out. Maybe they've watched you closely. Maybe they've hinted. Maybe they've made small moves to get your attention without fully saying what they mean yet. And for others, they haven't shown up yet. But when they do, it may surprise you. Because the way they approach you could feel unexpected. You might look at it and think, that's not what I would expect from someone like them. And that's the point. They're not operating from their old mindset anymore. Something in them has shifted. Their usual patterns don't feel satisfying now. They may have been the type to stay distant, stay cool, let people come to them. They may be used to admiration, used to attention, used to not having to prove themselves. But with you, it's different. It's like their pride can't fully protect them here. Their status can't fully hide them here. Because what they feel is real, and real feelings make people do things they never planned to do. Also, for some of you, their name or their position might feel intimidating. Even if you're not someone who gets impressed easily, there's still a seriousness around them. Like they carry weight. Like they're not just anybody. And because of that, it could make you cautious. It could make you wonder what their intentions are. It could make you question whether it's safe to trust it. But what's coming through is that this person isn't looking at the world the same anymore. It's like their taste has changed. What used to attract them doesn't hit the same. The things they used to chase don't excite them. The type of attention they used to enjoy feels empty now. They want something that feels true. And when they look at you, they feel that truth. You feel like peace to them. You feel like depth. You feel like something they can't replace with options. Like you're not one of many, you're the one that stands out. The one their mind keeps returning to. The one their heart keeps pulling them toward even if they try to resist it. So if you've been sensing someone's attention from a distance, if you've felt like someone is watching, thinking, trying to figure you out, if you felt like a person is being pulled toward you but hasn't fully stepped forward yet, this fits. This feels like someone who is going through an inner shift, and you are connected to that shift. That's why they're drawn. That's why it feels intense. That's why it feels a little strange. It's not just attraction, it's recognition. And what's building here is a moment where they stop staying silent and they make themselves known in a real way. Not perfect, not polished, but real. You are exactly the kind of energy this person is drawn to. But I'm picking up that the way they're about to come toward you is going to feel unusual. Not bad, just unexpected. Because when they finally reach out, it won't be dramatic or flashy. It'll be simple and normal, and that's what will make you question if it's even real. This person doesn't usually pursue. They're used to people coming to them. They have status, influence, and options, but with you, they feel pulled to take a real risk. There's regret here too. Like they wish they spoke sooner, wish they didn't stay silent, and now they're ready to break that silence. Your presence is powerful. You don't chase, you naturally attract. And you've affected them deeply without even trying. That's why they feel like you're dangerous, not literally, but because you activate something in them they can't control. Pay attention to your intuition right now, especially signs and dreams. Because this has been building for a long time, and it feels like it's about to move into real life very soon.